Jonas, question from Patty for you. My adult kids are trying to buy their first home, but prices and rates are crazy. What advice do you give young buyers today? Thanks, Mom, for wanting to look after the kids, by the way. That's awfully nice.
Thanks, Patty. This is a great question. I love this question. This is a question that really hits home. We have a 17-year-old and a 20-year-old at the Everett household, Doug, that we're looking at this exact situation with high rates and higher local home prices. How in the world are we going to get our kids into some type of a starter home? One of the things I would recommend, Patty, that you look at when you're looking at houses for your kid, you're going to want your kid to have a house with a great foundation, right, Doug?
Yeah.
A fantastic, a very strong house, very well-built house.
Mm-hmm. Good bones.
One of the things that you can focus on, Patty, one of the things that you can't control the timing of the real estate market, but what you can control is the foundation that you have in your personal finances right now. So you look at what you have in savings, what type of credit is your kid going to have, and really, what type of readiness are you going to be able to have when it comes to maybe finding a starter home for your kid? You look at having the financial readiness, the flexibility, a couple of figures here, depending on how much your child makes, maybe 30% of their income, Doug, it should be going towards mortgage payments.
Okay.
Once you're looking at shopping around different houses, you're actually, and I love how Roger talks about this too, it's not just the down payment and being able to afford to slide into the house. That's the first year expenses. We try to get customers that are looking at real estate purchases to think about the 5 and the 7 year expenses when they purchase real estate.
Mm-hmm.
A great rule of thumb is if you look at the expenses on a house on top of the mortgage that you're going to have, Doug, is what we call the 1% rule. If you're looking at a $200,000 house, you're at least going to have $2,000 to $3,000 a year just in expenses oozing out on top of the mortgage and the taxes and everything else. Then we're going to talk about the fixer-upper houses. Mm-hmm. Are you ready, Doug?
10.
10 to 13,000 in little old Iowa.
Yeah.
And that is very on the low end when you have somebody like Elias that knows what they're doing and will do you a favor. So again, focus on readiness, not timing. Build a great foundation, 3 to 6 months in emergency funds. Pre-approved, some type of a pre-approval letter from a bank, and shop around lenders. And again, don't worry about the timing. Go ahead and focus on readiness.
Yeah, make sure you don't bite off more than you can chew. Get a professional involved, like a realtor. You can check through the Realtors Association and things like that. Also at Premier Investments and Wealth Management website, premieriwm.com. This is what you get from Premier Investments and Wealth Management. Really forward-looking professional ideas like this. premieriwm.com. Make your appointment online or call today to make that appointment at 800-383-6590. Premier Investments and Wealth Management named Forbes 2025 Best in State Wealth Management Team.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA SIPC. The opinions voiced in this show are for general information purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, and financial or tax advisor prior to investing. Premier Investments in Wealth Management and LPL Financial do not provide specific, individualized tax or legal advice. We suggest that you discuss your specific situation with a qualified tax or legal advisor. Economic forecasts set forth may not develop as predicted, and there can be no guarantee that strategies promoted will be successful. All performance referenced is historical and is not a guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and cannot be invested into directly. There is no assurance that the techniques and strategies discussed are suitable for all investors or will yield positive outcomes. The purchase of certain securities may be required to affect some of the strategies. Investing involves risks, including possible loss of principal. There is no guarantee that a diversified portfolio will enhance overall returns or outperform a non-diversified portfolio. Diversification does not protect against market risk. Forbes' Best in State Wealth Management Teams ranking was developed by Shook Research and is based on in-person, virtual, and telephone due diligence meetings and a ranking algorithm that includes a measure of each team's best practices, client retention, industry experience, review of compliance records, firm nominations, and quantitative criteria, including assets under management and revenue generated for their firm. Investment performance is not a criterion because client objectives and risk tolerances vary, and advisors rarely have audited performance reports. Shook's research and rankings provide opinions intended to help investors choose the right financial advisor and team, and are not indicative of future performance or representative of any one client's experience. Past performance is not an indication of future results. Neither Forbes nor Shook Research receive compensation in exchange for placement on the ranking. For more information, please see www.shookresearch.com. Shook is a registered trademark of Shook Research, LLC.